Let's call the October bid board meeting to order at 5:03 PM. And so called to order. Roll call. Robin's taken care of. Has everyone had a chance to go over the August minutes?
Make a motion to approve.
We have motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second. In favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Minutes are approved. Public comment.
Hello, Amy with Wellfield Property Services. Okay, I have two proposals for you tonight. The first one is with what he does and everything else, but going through and getting the leaves off the sidewalks and then picking them up, vacuuming them up, and disposing of them. I wrote up a contract and I just wrote down $90 an hour, and with a not to exceed amount of 5,000. We've never gone that high before, but I just didn't know what to put in there. So that is my number one, the first proposal I have for you. And then the second one is going to be, is the snow removal for the upcoming season. I am $147 an hour. That goes through, does the 16 square blocks, pushes the snow from a pathway, not from curb to the door, but creates a pathway, does the 3 cutouts, and keeps the fire hydrants and walkways, crosswalks open. Okay.
Coordinating with the city on getting that taken care of. I know there was an issue in the past with state and with having basically the snow plows push into that area, that center area where it would start to build up. What was the issue with coordinating that?
Okay, so the state pushes all their snow from Lincoln Way onto the sidewalks. There's no other way for them to do it. They have tried in the past pushing it to the middle and taking out basically the turn lane, and then the city would come in and pull the snow. But the state hasn't done that and didn't do that last year.
Yeah.
I don't understand their reasoning when they do it or don't do it. So we've tried coordinating with them, but there's just no other way for the snow. It goes onto the curbs.
Okay.
And there's no other place for it to go.
Yeah, and the one time we had the person complain, that's when we got like the 40 inches in 2 days.
Yeah.
There was nowhere for it to go,
Yeah.
so.
There's no place for it to go, and we have in the past, when it gets so high and it needs to be moved, we've come through and come out during the middle of the night and we push it off the curbs and then put it onto the street, and we coordinate with the street department, and they haul the snow off, we get it all onto the street, they come through, they pick it all up. But it's
Okay.
a lot of work to get
So,
this.
so when need be, you are coordinating with the street department to get it fully removed?
Yeah, but I
when it
have to
gets-
have your permission to go through and do that kind of work. I don't just arbitrarily do it.
Right.
And when we're pushing snow off, it's been snow that's sitting there and has melted and refroze back up. So it is an ice pile that we move, but it allows people to still park on Lincoln Way and be able to get in and off the streets safely. If the piles start getting too high, and if this highway department doesn't push it to the curbs, then when people park their cars, they're parking in the lanes, so it's a little bit of a balancing act there, so.
Okay.
But we try our best to make sure that we keep at least 3 openings on Lincoln Way, so that people can get in and out, but not every spot is gonna be open.
How does the hourly rate compare to previous years?
It's $2 more an hour.
Same equipment you've used before too?
It is the same equipment. I mean, we're using more snow blowers again because things have been modified down there where we can't get our ATV through. So if we can't get our ATV through, the only way to create a path is to snow blow a path.
Which areas have stuff that's changed in it?
The Mucho Moss block,
Okay.
is one of the blocks, off the top of my head.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's, I don't actually, I don't expect you to have that answer off the top of your head, even though I asked
But
it.
when they put up when the highway department, when the state came through and redid the highway and put up new poles, they put the poles so close to the planters and stuff like that. We have a 4-foot blade on our plow, and to get through there, you can't.
Okay,
And we don't wanna be hopping curbs with the ATV because we don't wanna damage stuff, so.
okay.
Any other questions?
On the leaf pickup, do you know how much that ran? Do we have those numbers for what we paid last couple of years?
Last year we spent, 1,500 at 20 hours, but we only ended up with one pickup.
Just because of timing of, yeah.
Just because of the timing. We usually try to do 2, but it just, the way the leaves fell, we were able to do it all in one. And, because we can't have the leaves on the sidewalks, because the snow blowers can't, they get clogged, they can't handle all the leaves, so we have to get the leaves off the sidewalks in order to use the snow blowers. And it just worked out well last year that we were able to do it in one trip. I can't guarantee that this year, but great, it's going. We haven't had any leaves fall yet. So, it's gonna be a late in the season.
Okay. Do we have any more questions about Amy's contracts? Yeah, we can just approve them now.
I'll make a motion to approve both of them.
Okay, we have a motion to approve both contracts.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So Amy's contracts are approved. Thank you, Amy. Okay, any more public comment? Okay. Committee reports. John?
You should have a financial in front of you. Since we didn't have a quorum last month, quickly go through August. We paid out $4,560 in total. Paid that all to Mofield Property Service for watering and sidewalk maintenance, and brought in $176-ish of interest. So that was the grand total of activity in August. In September, we didn't have the quorum, but we've got the bills finally processed to city, but they didn't get them cut in time for it to be a September expenditure, so it'll be an October expenditure. Amy is aware of that, so she alerted me to it after I'd already talked to Courtney about it, so. So for September, all we had was the interest income of about $123. We have, if you look at the bottom of the September column, we have about $96,000 in our account. And on the far right, the bottom number with the double underline, $54,898, that's the amount of budget that we still have available to us between now and the end of the year. Stopped in City Hall a little after lunchtime today. There wasn't anything extra in our, we don't have a mailbox anymore, we have a folder. But in our folder, so the only bills that I have to present are the ones that Amy sent me for the month of September. We have 5 invoices for watering planters from 9/8 through 9/19. That comes to $2,560. And we had 5 weeks of sidewalk maintenance, being that September 1st was Labor Day and the first of the week, first day of the week. So we had 5 weeks For September at 500, that's 2,500. So those are the two invoices I have for us to discuss tonight.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the invoices?
Make a motion to approve those.
Okay, motion, second.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And then I think we also need the motion to accept the treasurer's report.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion and second to accept the treasurer's report. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Oh,
The only thing I have to add is, Jamie, do you have a copy of the Form 1?
it should be,
You do.
it's actually in your packet. but
Okay.
she-
Did I miss it?
Yeah, sorry. Is that what you're looking for, John?
Oh, okay, there we go, sorry. Okay, so that,
Yeah, we can do that now.
yeah, that's the little half-sheet landscape that you have is the bid board's budget for 2026. This looks a lot different than if you look at my spreadsheet of activity from January through September. The next to the last column on the right side is our budget for '25. That budget was prepared with the anticipation of paying, we had some contracts that we carried over, and then we put in extra money to try and take care of the sidewalk. This year, things got a little twisted within our state and local governments, and they had to do something quick. So, the budget that you see in front of you, we need to approve because it's already been implemented. And it's only for 85,000, which is approximately our levy. Now, that doesn't mean we can't spend more, we just have to go back to city council to get additional appropriations approved. Given the circumstances that all of the departments would have been under in this process, I don't think that will be a major problem. That and the fact that we'll have funds in our hands, whatever we want to appropriate. So, just wanted to let you know that we need to approve the Form 1 budget for 2026 for the bid board.
Timing-wise, when do you think it'd be best to do the additional appropriations? I mean, it's inevitable. Do we want to just?
It's inevitable, but I would like to get through snow season. And then when we come out, we normally do a kind of a sidewalk triage, see what needs to be done at that point, I think would be appropriate to go ask for the additional
You
money.
think we can make it to the June tax draw?
Yes,
Or- Okay.
yeah. I mean, we have about 100 in there, we're appropriate, well, we have 95 in there, we're appropriated for 55. That carries 40 into next year, assuming you spend it all, which is about half of this. So I think we would get there.
Okay.
I know we wouldn't spend more than the 85, or I don't expect to spend more than the 85 between now and May, or January 1 till May 31, so. So,
So do we need a motion to approve the budget?
yep, we do.
So moved.
Second,
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the budget for 2026 is approved. Maintenance, Jamie.
In your packet, if you'll look at the third page, you are going to see a picture of a tree. We have a request to remove said tree. It didn't leaf this year at all. This is on Jefferson, right over by, across the street from Fresco.
Is this a remove and replace situation or simply remove?
At this point, it would be a remove. There isn't anybody, I mean, other than the city, to talk with the city about what we can do. Again, we've kind of talked in the past about when you remove a tree from a specific location, we can't replant in that very spot. So then that kind of brings us to our long-term and our pattern book and looking at that, which we did have a nice sit-down with myself, Craig, Liz and John and discussed a few things with going forward, which will make that more available probably next month when we have a little more information on what, what we've discussed and what we can share. But, so at this point, no, it would be just a remove. We would ask the city tree crew to remove, so there wouldn't be any cost incurred by the bid board.
Tree guy?
I'm sorry, she put it under maintenance. I say we remove the tree. I make a motion to remove the tree.
I second that.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor of removing the tree?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, and then the next thing that I would like to discuss is the street department is actively checking our lovely electrical at the top of all of our poles so that we can start our holiday decorating. I will have numbers, and once I have the number of poles that we need to have electric looked at, I will reach out to you guys by email if that's acceptable with some bids from, I'm gonna shoot for 3 companies, as I've done in the past, and get that over to you, and if we could approve doing an email vote, that would be great.
What are we looking at for decorations this year?
Wreaths, again, same wreaths that we put up, and then the bows as well on the wreaths. And those will be on the main streets.
And the snowflakes?
Snowflakes as well, yes.
And that's all stuff we have, right? So you're just looking for bids to,
Help assist with any repairs that need to be made to the electrical. You're correct. So we have bulbs, and then we have student volunteers with GR and I think Key Club from the high school that meet us over at the M Street building, and we go through all of the decorations, check them all out, make sure they're all in good working order, replace any bulbs that need to be replaced, check the bows and swap them out if needed. And then Parks Department actually puts up all of the decorations.
Okay, and we don't need a motion or anything like that to do a email vote, unless anyone's opposed to any type of email vote on this? Okay.
Okay, that's all I have. Thank you.
And then we have planters and flowers. The flowers are gone for the season. Is all. No. So with the shallow planters, we tried those this year, and we had 2 of them, and I think the sweet potatoes, the leaves got overgrown. So in the future, we're gonna try doing some different options. That was just a temporary option for right now, just to get something in those planters before the perennials had a chance to really take hold. And so one of the things that we are also considering is doing the tree wells that aren't being used, and so using some options with those to see about you doing plants with those too. So that's what's in the air right now and in discussions. But that is all about flowers. Brad?
trees are covered. We're not seeding tree wells yet to the Flower and Planter Committee. We'll have to see where that goes.
We're exploring options.
I see where it's going.
And then long-term design and planning. With that, we've met Jamie Craig John and I, and Jamie Craig the mayor and I, and gone over a few different things for the future, and trying to see like the bid board's future in that, and basically how we will proceed going further past the sundown period of the bid. And yeah, what we need to do in the meantime. Do we have any old business? Or, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, so we're basically just kind of status quo until,
Yeah.
yep.
I think, what did we determine, we're through 29?
Yes, I think that's the date that we.
Yeah. So our last re-up got us through 2029. And so one of the thoughts is, depending upon where this all heads, is whether or not we would be needed, or if we would be a group that would need to be re-upped, depending upon where things are, especially given, some bonding restraints prior to then and all that, so. No details at this point, just trying to figure out what the forest is. We'll figure out what the trees are in it. So,
Any old business? Okay, in new business, we did already go over the budget. Any announcements?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn. Second? Okay, we are adjourned.